Hi everybody, this video is about a local nonprofit organization called Twice But Nice. It is a thrift store in my city of Fort Saskatchewan, Alberta, Canada. I used to volunteer there. I didn't like how I was being treated. I didn't like what I was seeing there, and I quit. I did mention something about how I was being treated. Nothing was done, so I just quit. And then they posted an ad for looking for a new volunteer that I found to be misleading. I posted 2 paragraphs online and then I received this threat letter. This letter was emailed to me less than 2 days after I made those 2 posts, but they don't even quote what I said. This is just a letter to intimidate me so that I don't talk about them. I'm assuming to look extra official, they also sent it via registered mail, and this is outright bullying. I just read today that they have 12 board members, so I'm assuming they were all in agreement with this. The wording in this letter is very harsh, and although I'll never shop there again, to be banned from the store, that is so extreme. This was signed off by the president of the board as well as the assistant manager. The president is a volunteer, the assistant manager and the manager are paid staff. The manager also hires her 2 daughters as paid staff. And when I was there were 2 more paid staff members and everyone else was a volunteer. Here is the assistant manager flipping me off from her partner's vehicle, I guess, at a local Walmart. I am assuming that is her partner also flipping me off. Clearly they don't like the fact that I stood up to them after they sent me that bullying letter. So how many other people have they threatened like this? Nobody called me first to talk about it. The president didn't contact me and she signed off on this. None of the board members called me. Nobody. Like I said, the manager hires both of her young daughters to work there, and it looks to me like they receive a lot of special treatment. They get special tasks, and it looks like they waste a lot of time. Wages paid by non-profit money. While marketing has its place, in my opinion, this is totally being abused. How many hours do volunteers have to work for free to enable this daughter to get paid to do these things? Painting mushrooms and trees on all of the windows of the store. Literally doodling on the change room mirrors. Guess what? You're in change room number 2 and your donation money paid for those wages. Now those photos are from their own social media. So they're not even hiding this, but do people know that these are the daughters and the management who are getting paid while the volunteers and the other 2 non-family staff members are busting their asses in the background? This is a time lapse off of their Facebook page of the assistant manager and one of the daughters decorating a tree at City Hall. I heard the manager ask both of her daughters, girls, have you been working on your staging projects? They actually participate in these elaborate displays, again, wasting a lot of time. Like I said, marketing has its place, but this is so excessive. When I got there, the morale was so low. One paid staff member keeps her head down all day and keeps to herself. The other 2 volunteers were absolutely miserable. The other paid staff member, she was miserable too, but very polite. It looked to me like the only team that was there was the manager, assistant manager, and the 2 daughters. And then there was everybody else. Here's another one of those signs. This is a competition between the assistant manager and one of the daughters. Now they use the word team, but I guess they're using it quite loosely because according to their time lapse that I'm showing, it's only the assistant manager and the daughter. Now I'm not the only person who thinks that this is excessive. The other 2 volunteers and that other staff member were also very annoyed with the management and the 2 daughters. I really hope they don't punish that staff member for being upset. She was polite, she was very kind, and I know that these women are very vicious and very vengeful, very spiteful, and I really hope that they don't lash out at her if she's still working there, because she is very kind, but she is just really sad. That is my observation, and I have every right to talk about it. Now, I would go there and my job, my sole job, was to process donations. So people donate beautiful things. I have processed designer clothing, very valuable things, and I have also sorted through menstrual stained panties, underwear with feces on them, sweaty jock straps, seniors' home, clothing from seniors' homes with dried drool and vomit on them. There were donations of bags of lost and found from high schools. We had to sort through them because there were very valuable hoodies and track pants in there, but the odor was so bad that I was almost vomiting. Now I'm going to make this video in a few episodes because I don't want it to drag out too long for TikTok. I'm going to post it on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, I think. But here, like I'm looking at their Facebook page, they have photos of what they've got. Come into the store, buy these things, and then you'll probably spend more money. There's nothing wrong with that. That's marketing. The other stuff at the expense of donation money and volunteers and the other 2 paid staff members. This is a really unfair and abused situation, in my opinion. I'll get into the nitty-gritty in the next video. Also talk about the manager laughing at the homeless woman in the alley with her daughter, cracking jokes about her. Yeah, it is not a good place. Anyway, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a wonderful day.